All right, apologize for being a little late tonight, guys. Got started just as they kicked off the green. So we got 17 trucks here tonight. Tyler Lester currently in the lead. Charles Van Schaik in the second. Jordan Tross third. Mitchell Williams fourth. Tyler Waltz is in fifth. We'll run through the grid real quick as they started so you can see where they started at. So Tyler Lester was on the pole tonight. Charles Van Schaik was on second on his outside. And we had Tyler Waltz starting in third. Jordan Tross started fourth tonight. Mitchell Williams started fifth. David Bersecki started in sixth place. Richard Modrich was in seventh. Justin Frazier in eighth. Justin Levine was in ninth place. Frank Caruso starting 10th tonight. Brandon Yates started 11th with Kyle Beard on the outside of him in 12th. Joe Spinelli started 13th tonight with John Crosby starting 14th. Michael Wegschleider started in 15th with Zach Mullen in 16th. And Garrett Stone rounded out the field tonight in 17th place. So that is the starting grid. There's not been a lot of movement. There's been a little movement, but not a lot of movement. So you can get a little look at the trucks as we go through here. So you got Tyler Lester in that 01, that shiny silver Dodge Ram pickup. You got Charles Van Schaik out here in that 23 SpongeBob truck. Jordan Tross out here running that Arc Raider 79. With Mitchell Williams right behind him in that 54. Tyler Waltz out here in that Ratfink 99. You got Richard Modrich. He's out here in that red and white 71. Luminati's. Looks like. Dave Bersecki out here in the Pittsburgh Dad 92. Justin Frazier out there in the 27 Light Force shiny silver. Looks like maybe Kulu on the hood. Not quite sure. You got the 12, Frank Caruso running that Valvoline number 12. Sneaking past him is John Crosby in the W73. W Energy Drinks. Justin Levine running that Jegs 21. Michael Wegscheider is running that 69. Sorry, 59. Running a 59. Ject truck. Brandon Yates running the 28 clean cut painting. Rogue Energy. Got Joe Smalley in the 86 Royal Crown Cola truck. Gonna cut in front of Brandon, kind of cut him off there. Slow down his momentum. Then you got the 49 of Zach Mullen, that 49 Rapala truck. We've gotten used to seeing out here. Kyle Beard out here in that number 8 Miller High Life truck. That is the drink of my father. My father swears up and down that is the only beer that is out there. Then you got Garrett Stone. He hasn't come off the pits yet. I think he's just giving the guys a chance to run before he comes out and, you know, gives them a run for their money. Meanwhile, Tyler Lester sticking out front, doing the things, leading the lead, running the laps. We got 15 laps in of 130 already. There you can kind of see the different routes the guys are taking. Some of the guys stay at the outside. Some of the guys really cut down in there. Definitely differing strategies. You see how some of them cut down to the inside there. Others stay to the outside. All right, Tyler Lester staying in front. Jordan Tross moving up another spot into second. Mitchell Williams into third. Charles Van Schaik is in fourth. Dave Bersecki fifth. John Crosby is in sixth. Justin Frazier seventh. Tyler Waltz is going to be eighth. Richard Modrich is ninth. And Frank Caruso is going to run your top 10. Moving back, you got Michael Wegscheider is in 11th. Justin Levine is in 12th. Joe Spinelli is 13th. Brandon Yates currently running in 14th. Zach Mullen in 15th. Kyle Bird in 16th. We got about 24 laps in so far. Tyler Lester maintaining a lead of about a second and then 1.7 seconds between him and Mitchell Williams. Mitchell Williams right there in second place. Jordan Tross falling to third. Charles Van Schaik going up behind him. Dave Bersecki is going to 5, and John Crosby is going to round out your top 10. And we have our first caution of the evening. We'll see if we can figure out what happened. Oops. There's Zach Mullen getting into the wall there, but that's not what brought out the caution. Let's rewind this back, see if it was just on his own or... Yep, just on his own, breaking loose, going into the corner. Holding it, holding it, holding it. Oversteer just a little bit, back ends up loose, and back up on the track. Almost got nailed right there, but luckily they cleared behind him. Ooh, he almost got the 49. That is what brought that caution out. Everyone went into the pits. We are back to green. Mitchell Williams going to jump out into the lead. Tyler Lester's right there behind him. Lester going to the inside, going to try and get around Mitchell Williams. Mitchell Williams going to try and hold that outside. And Mitchell Williams holding on just on the straightaways, just a little enough. This race pretty much racing itself right now. 65 laps in. Mitchell Williams out in the lead. Tyler Lestranz is in second. Jordan Tross is third. John Crosby fourth. Dave Brusecki is going to round out your top 10. Or top 5, I'm sorry. Tyler Waits. Tyler Waltz. Richard Modrix. Michael Wegscheider. Frank Caruso. Charles Van Schaik and Joe Spinelli is going to be 10 through 20. Then you got Kyle Beard, Zach Mullen, Justin Levine, Justin Frazier, Garrett Stone. Looks like his timer finally stopped counting, so. Mitchell Williams out there. He's got about a second lead right now on everybody. So as these guys are racing around here, you got the point system out there, and Jordan Tross just absolutely dominated the season. It 12 starts. 6 of those starts were wins. 10 of those starts were in the top 10. And all 12, I'm sorry, 10 of those stops were in the top 5, and all 12 were in the top 10. They're just absolutely dominating the season. Closest guy to him is going to be Mitchell Williams, currently leading the race tonight. But he's 112 points behind. I'm sure a lot of guys wouldn't mind having his stats either. I mean, he's not had a bad season. He's got 1 win, 7 races top 5, and 7 top 10. Joe Spinelli, he's currently 3rd in the points. He's had 3 top 5s and 7 top 10s. Mitchell Williams out there. He's getting around some lap traffic. Starting to put some guys down. Not a lot happening in tonight's race. I mean, these guys are staying pretty consistent, staying pretty steady. Making it through. We've only had one caution so far tonight, so some of these guys I'm sure are loving that. Others are probably hoping for it to reset so they can group back up and try again. But as of right now, All right, as we went through the green lap pits, we've got Tyler Waltz is in front. Kyle Beard is second. Zach Mullen is third. Dave Brusecki is going to be fourth. Jordan Tross is going to be fifth. Now 1, 2, and 3, they have not pitted yet, so that will make it to where they will shuffle around some more once these guys go in. Well, all that going on, that puts that man out there, your points leader for the season, Jordan Tross. He's going to be leading. We got 30 laps left to go. All right, so Jordan Dross, he's only led 5 laps, but right now they've been the most meaningful laps because they are the end laps. With only 25 laps to go. Everybody else, for the most part, is pretty spread out, so this is your battle for first. Mitchell Williams battling to the inside, trying to get around. Mitchell Williams just getting a nose out in front of him. Jordan maintains the speed on the outside and the momentum to stay out in front. Mitchell getting really low on that time around. Catching up to some more lap traffic, so we'll see how that affects things. It's not going to affect anything. He's going to go high and stay out of their way and let them battle. Looks like Mitchell's getting a little loose there. See him trying to hold on to it there. That back end getting quite loose as he's trying to accelerate and everything. Let's hop up with Jordan and see how his steering's going. Jordan getting real low. We got 10 laps to go. We saw during practice where these guys were spinning out. Didn't seem like it was taking much, so this battle in between first and second could absolutely end up in a wall. And that lap traffic is not going to help anything. We have 5 laps to go. Yeah, Tyler Lester back here battling with John Crosby for third. Got a side-by-side battle for third. You got a side-by-side battle for first. John must have got a little loose. There's now about a second gap between those two, so Tyler's got that almost locked up. Meanwhile, Mitchell is continuing to trail Jordan Tross. He's trying everything he can without losing the truck. We got 2 left to go. Running out of moves if he's got any moves left. Jordan loses it at the finish line, but holds on to get that win. There are the top 10 and where they finished. Jordan Tross is going to be first, Mitchell Williams second, Tyler Lester third, John Crosby fourth, Charles Van Schaik in fifth, Richard Mondrich in sixth, Dave Bersecki is going to be seventh, Tyler Waltz is going to be eighth, Michael Weichscheider is going to be in ninth, and Frank Caruso is going to round out the top 10 tonight. I don't see Tyler Lester out there in the old Discord. So we will got Tyler Lester. He was third tonight, but I'm not seeing him. So we will go ahead and jump to second place tonight. Get a better camera angle here. Doesn't look like it. So we will bring them up here, get the interviews, and we'll get out of here. All right. Mr. Williams. Sorry for a second there. We're going to got you up here in the booth. Why don't you kind of take us through tonight's race? You battled quite a lot there at the end with Jordan to try and get first place. Not quite enough to get there, but I think another lap, he lost it there on that last lap, and you would have been able to get around him, but unfortunately, he managed to stay out front of you and hold on, and you got second. So why don't you kind of take us through?
But the first run, I qualified back because I spun on my first lap, and then somehow ran at 27.9 in the second one. But from my prior experience, I was trying to roll as much as I could in 1 and 2, but 3, I was just sliding the rear tires every time I went in the corner. But oh no, it was a fun race. I won Kentucky last week, so it helped a little bit get my confidence back in this league. And just that one lap of not knowing Jordan pitted hurt me, I felt like. So probably killed my pit entry compared to his.
Well, and I mean, there at the end, you and him were just side by side, front and back and forth. It looked like there was a couple times you almost got him. He managed, I don't know if he had a rabbit foot with him or what, but he managed to hold on and stay in front of you most of the time. But gave him a hell of a run. Made for a good race there at the end. And can't complain. I mean, Jordan's run the season, and you were able to sit there and run with him, so you can't be too upset with second tonight, being right there with him.
It just felt like when he asked me the first run, his tires were about 5% better, but I had 77, 79 the first run, and 68, 73 in the second run. I don't know what the last one run was, but I felt like the track was changing a lot because it went from, I think, 121 track temp down to 113 at the end. So it's definitely a lot faster, and I was pushing as hard as I could to get around Jordan, but anytime I went full throttle coming off a corner, I just snapped loose.
Yeah, we rode around in the cockpit with you for a little bit, and we saw you saw you seesawing on the wheel quite a bit there, and then we hopped up with Jordan. Saw he was doing the same kind of thing. So you guys are both battling the tires the same amount it looked like, and like I say, it made for a good end of the race and a good battle between the two of you. So it was fun to watch. Congratulations on P2. Is there anybody you'd like to thank?
As always, when I get to race with Rick, TJ, Hayden, a bunch of our guys, and congrats to Jordan on the championship again. And racing with these ATC guys is always fun, especially in Xfinity car. Came to second in Jordan that one too, but Whitmore was also fun when he ran now, but not enough people showed up, so they canceled it.
Well,
It was
on
always
that
fun.
on that being it, it's last race of the season. You know, what are your thoughts on the season as a whole? I believe you ended up second in points.
Hmm.
So you didn't have a
But
bad season. I mean, this is your 13th race, it looks like 13th start, and you've got 8 top 10s. Well, it's going to be 8 top 5s, 1 win. In general, that's a pretty good season.
yeah, I had a few DNFs that really hurt me that allowed Jordan to get that gap, but he's just so tough to beat at everywheres.
Yeah, he's got 13 runs. This will be his 7th win and his 11th top 10 or top 5 and 13th top 10. Every race that he had this season was in the top 10. So it's hard to battle and get points on that, but at the same time, you're right there, second place in points for the season and second place tonight. So with competition like that, it's still got to feel good to hold on to second.
Yeah, I had a few wins this season and only one last season, but I feel like few slipped away. But Jordan won last season as well, so I was trying all I could to get him, and it just didn't happen.
I'm not on the last race. I don't know okay,
I won Richmond and Kentucky.
gotcha.
Jordan won. I think this is eighth this season. Sent for eighth.
Oh, they don't have last week's in there for some reason. That's why I'm missing it.
Yeah.
So yeah. So well, congratulations on P2 tonight. Congratulations on P2 in points, and we will see you next season.
Thank you for the broadcast and everything.
Absolutely. You have yourself a good night, and we will catch you next time.
Thank you.
And that's going to move us up to that man right there. Points leader, race leader, everything leader, season leader. Um, I don't know what to say. I mean, I thought there for a while. I thought Tyler was just going to hold on to the front, and then during the pit stops, kind of switch things around, and you managed to get out front, and you maintained and stayed out there. And
Yeah.
Tyler started to catch back up and managed to get back up to third, but wasn't enough. And you and Mitchell just battled it out there the last 20 laps, just back and forth and side by side. And both of you, we hopped in the cockpits with both of you guys to see how you guys were handling, and looked like you had quite a handful to try and keep them straight and seesawing back and forth on some of the turns. So quite an interesting run there at the end, but made for a heck of a battle. And I'm sure you had fun at the same time. Probably tired.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a very tough race. Mitchell raced me really clean. I honestly was expecting the bumper because I was racing him pretty pretty tough, and I pinched him really hard. But he raced me really clean, really respectfully, and it was a really fun race there to the end.
Well, 130 laps, only one caution tonight. I mean, how did that affect your strategy for tonight? Because I'm assuming you guys were probably maybe you were counting on more cautions, or maybe you weren't. Maybe you knew that this, with the way that you guys were practicing, I was counting on more cautions myself. But
Yeah, it's a tough track. It's really loose, but everyone always backs down a little bit going into the race, and I mean, you can't win if you don't get to the finish. So really, just I gave it all I had. I noticed that even no matter how much I was really saving tire, it was really hard to pass. So my goal was to short pit that final run and try to get a bit of a lead and just play defense, and that's just what ended up happening, and it ended up working out. I don't know. That track's always stumped me a bit. I felt like I had better tires than them, but yet they would still run faster than me. So I feel like they were better than me at that track, but track position just mattered more.
well, and I'm looking at the point standings. It looks like Kentucky's not in there, so I don't know um, where all that's at. But from what I can see, so this would be depending on what you did last week. You've got 13 for sure, 13 races, top 10. I think you placed top. You won last week too. So, 14 races, top 10. 12 races in the top 5 and 8 wins. So, I mean, you dominated the season, dominated the league. Um, Obviously you're number 1 in points, so you won the points for the season too. So, I mean, overall, just a complete domination of the season, and it just every week in and out, you were right there. So, congratulations on that. Congratulations on the points, and congratulations on another win tonight.
Thanks. Yeah, it was a lot of fun this season and a lot of clean racing, and definitely I saw improvement through everyone throughout the season. It was a lot of fun, and hopefully we can come back next season and it might be a little closer. We'll see. Might even have a different point system a little bit.
Well, is there anybody you'd like to thank for your win tonight and your season point win?
Big thanks to Saw, Zach, and Justin, everyone at ATC who puts these races on. It's been a lot of fun this season, and yeah, I've had a lot of fun, and look forward to it every Friday. And thank you for doing the broadcast. Everyone who shows up, it's no fun if they don't show up, and so it's great to have a good battle every night. Mitchell's been a great competitor this season, and I fully expected him to give me a bump and run at the end of that race for how I raced him, and he totally erased me clean, and that's all I could really ask for.
So, one question I do have is, on that last lap, you broke loose. Was
Oh
that
yeah,
on purpose, or was that if there was another lap, you would have lost that?
I broke loose, but I didn't save it on purpose. um, I would have been able to save it if I really wanted to try to, but I didn't care at that point. It was too late for anything else to change.
I wasn't sure. I saw it, and I was thinking there was another lap yet, and I'm like, oh, what happened there? And we're going back, and I was like, oh, never mind. He finished. That was in. So yeah, it was. I saw that, and I was like, oh, that would be one heck of a way to go out at the end there. But yeah, in general, I mean, congratulations on the season. Congratulations on tonight, and we'll see you next season.
Yeah, thanks a ton. That was a lot of fun, and hope to see everyone next season.
Alrighty, sir. You have yourself a good night.
Yeah, you too.
All right, everybody. On behalf of ATC iRacing League, I'm Sir Brazen Bull. I hope you enjoyed the broadcast tonight. If you have not done so, or you come back later and watch this, or you're watching the stream later, go ahead and hit that like, hit the notification bell so you go get notified when they go live next season. We will see you when we see you. Have a great night, a great weekend, and later on, everybody.